Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by the Chrome Soft Golf Ball from Callaway.
Yeah, I didn't play well. I shot 3 over, but I won the PGA, so.
There you go, enough said. Hi there, I'm Todd Lewis with John Cook. And yeah, you know, we didn't really know what to expect from Phil Mickelson today after that emotional victory at Kiawah Island, taking the PGA Championship at the age of 50. Spent a lot of energy last week. Probably didn't have a lot mentally and physically today. Shoots a 73, but he's optimistic that he can turn things around on Friday. But some guys that did play well, a couple of past champions. I'm talking about Jordan Spieth and Sergio Garcia. Spieth winning the Charles Schwab Challenge back in 2016. Sergio winning this tournament back in 2001. It was his very first PGA Tour event. He's won 10 times since, and other names on that leaderboard include Eric Compton, who's had 2 heart transplants. He shoots a 65. He's in on the sponsor's invite. The 41-year-old plays primarily on the Korn Ferry Tour. But Jordan Spieth, not only has he won here, but he's got 2 runner-up finishes. He's never missed a cut, and he is going to be a force, it looks like, for the rest of this week. Spieth on his opening 63.
Yeah, it's hard to go any lower. Made some putts, got started on the first hole today. That one goes in, and that's what I talked about before the tournament. If I could get a couple to go in early in the first round, then you know, the confidence in the work I've been doing on my stroke the last few days, which is a somewhat significant change in a stroke feel. I thought that would just exude just a little bit of confidence into the rest of the round on greens where I've been, you know, very successful on before.
How were the conditions out there? Obviously, you're used to the wind, but I mean, it's been wet out here. Talk about what you saw out there.
I mean, I think the course drains really well for a flatter golf course. The fairways seem and greens seem to be up higher than the rough areas. So the rough areas are where you had more of the mud and more kind of the wet ground. But if you're in the fairways, it's still, you know, it's not bouncing and rolling, but they're not sticking. I want to say I had mud on the ball in 1 hole, which is pretty incredible for the amount of rain the last couple of weeks. So. I thought, you know, coming out knowing it was going to be windy, I thought shooting somewhere around 4 under would have been a great round, and so I got a bonus few.
Especially the way you ended. But you were at the group, obviously, Daniel, the defending champion, and Phil coming off what he did. The dynamics of it today, I mean, talk about what you felt in the group. And I mean, Phil, I know had a difficult time a little bit, but Daniel played solid and you had a great round. Talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun playing with Phil. I've very much enjoyed that, just watching him, but also talking with him. And then Boog's been a close friend of mine for 10 plus or 15 years now, and him having, you know, knowing how to navigate this golf course is always something you can maybe learn, that somebody who's won here, you know, you can learn a little bit from how they play it. He plays it very aggressively. I did the same today, and it was successful for both of us.
Did you sense anything different with him today? Just coming off last week? And
with Phil?
With Phil, yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
No, he's pretty much the same. He wanted to shoot as low as he could, and he was grinding, and he was upset when it wasn't going well, and kind of he was very similar. You wouldn't have known.
Jordan, what was it that you changed on your putting specifically?
I just needed to do a bit of adjustment in my stroke feel on some bad tendencies I got into. So Cameron did some really good research with some of the devices he has to do that with, some of the technology, and was able to really pinpoint a way to get a stroke feel that left me just a little more comfortable over it, to feel like I could flush it through, because I was, you know, maybe a foot short on speed the last couple weeks on a lot of putts, and hit a lot of lips because of that. And it wasn't just adjusting the speed, a lot of that was in the actual stroke confidence. And it was closer today. I got some to go in that lipped in, that kind of the wind helped blow in, and I'd like to continue to progress in what we're doing.
Jordan, you always seem to play well here. How does it feel to have the fans back and so many of them pulling for you?
Yeah, I mean, this was a special one last year, even without fans, just because it was our first one, and we had a three plus month layover or layoff, and with no fans. You know, I mean, this golf course is. It's normally a very educated fan base here in Fort Worth too. It's a very golf-loving fan base, not as much like, you know, 13 can be a bit of a party scene, and it's obviously people are having fun, but it's a very educated crowd every year here, and to have him back and to have that hometown support obviously is fantastic for me. But then, being with Phil as well, he's always going to get that support everywhere he goes, his hometown support. So that combination was nice early in the morning today. I imagine it'll be pretty crowded and pretty loud tomorrow afternoon.
All right, John, I'm going to give some good news and bad news.
Yeah.
Good news in regards to Jordan. He was 6 of 6 for scrambling, 23 putts today, and in his last 11 stroke play events, counting today, he has 10 opening rounds of subpar. The only time he was over par was last week at Kiel when he shot a 73. That's a tough golf course. The bad news, he hit only half his fairways today, 7 fairways, and he hit just 12 greens. So what do we take with all that data?
Yeah, I think the wind blows at Colonial. It's tough to hit these fairways anyway because they're all shaped. There's very few straight tee balls at Colonial, so you always are moving the ball one way or the other. Depends on the wind, on how many fairways you're going to hit. It then comes down to if you're in the rough, getting the ball up and close to the green. Jordan is a master when he misses the green, being in position to get the ball up and down, but he takes advantage of his good opportunities, and that's what he did today. The fairways that he did hit, he made 6 birdies on those holes that he did hit the green. He pitched in on the other one to make 7 birdies. So I'm seeing that as all the work that he's done in the last couple of years he's now playing golf again. He's not playing golf swing. He's not worrying about anything.
He's got freedom.
He's got freedom because he knows his putting stroke is back, and he's confident with that. He made a couple little minor changes to be confident in at Colonial around those greens. It looks like he's flowing the putter a little bit better, holding the finish, getting that ball rolling over. Those putts went right in the center with perfect speed. So this might have been his bad ball striking day, but he'll get that worked out on the practice tee after his round, and I think he'll be better for the weekend. And he's got that putter, he's got confidence in that, and he lives in the top 10 around this golf course. So you know that he's got confidence around Colonial.
Let's talk about Sergio Garcia, who, by the way, went through a stretch in his opening round. He was 5 under through 4 holes. This is his lowest round, this 63, since the Byron Nelson back in 2016, which is an event, by the way, that he did win. He's already won this season, winning in Mississippi. How dangerous is Sergio Garcia on this golf course after today?
Which one are you going to get? I mean, you don't know which Sergio you're going to get. He has played some pretty nice rounds. He's had some nice tournaments, but he's also kind of been flat for a while. So this might be the spark that he needs on a golf course that he's won at. He's a ball striker. It takes a ball striker to win around Colonial. You see those past champions on that wall there on the first tee. So you know he knows that he can win around here, and he's off to a good start. So he's got a little bit of house money to play with.
And again, like you said, he is confident after victory. There was a gap, a little bit of a valley, but being around him, he seems to have a sense of maturity now. He was in his 40s.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, here's an interesting note that you might want to take. Since 1990, the first-round leader or co-leader has won the Charles Schwab Challenge just 3 times. So, yes, it was a great day for Jordan Spieth and a great day for Sergio Garcia, but as they say, Cookie, they don't hand the trophies out on Thursday, right?
That's why they play 72.
And the golf course was a little soft, and it's supposed to be softer through the week. Does that mean aggressive play for these players?
Absolutely. You got to go flag hunting. It's going to take low to win.
So it's going to be a green light week for the world's best players at Colonial Golf Country Club, I should say, as they try to win the 75th anniversary of the Charles Schwab Challenge.